Hey everyone, it's Jody here, your Wednesday host for SelFTMade. I'm glad to be back this week with you all, and I hope you're glad to be back. I'm sitting outside on my porch of my house, and it's great. It's super nice outside. Today was just perfect. As you can see, I'm wearing shorts, and it has been forever. It's been a long, long winter here in Idaho, and so I'm super excited for it to be nice, and to be sitting outside and to not be freezing cold. So it's super awesome right now, and it smells so nice outside. Spring is in the air, and I don't have allergies, so I really enjoy the spring, whereas everyone I know that has allergies is like, oh, kill me now, can it be winter again, or something ridiculous like that. So anyway, let's jump into this week's topic, and before I get into this, I just want to make it known that this is my experience, these are my thoughts, and my perspective, and so just keep that in mind, and hopefully the other people on the channel will have other things to say, and I'm super excited to hear what they have to say, and to see those differences and kind of similarities or commonalities that we do have when going on this journey together. And so let's get into it. So when I first started tea, and when I first started, I did a lot of research on what testosterone was going to do to my body, and I knew that my voice was going to drop, and I knew that I was going to get facial hair, I knew I was going to lose my hair a little bit, and I just wasn't sure how much, and I'm actually really glad that my hair hasn't thinned out all that much, and then like my hairline has stopped. This hasn't moved in a long time. I can't even tell you how long it's been. I haven't noticed any changes, which I'm super glad about, because I eventually will probably have a hairline that's like this, like my dad, so this will just keep going back. So I'm not looking forward to that, but this isn't expected. I thought this would be farther back, so I guess that wasn't expected to keep it as well as it has maintained, which is super exciting. Some other things I didn't expect to happen on T was my butt hair. I didn't really think about it. I thought about facial hair, I thought about back hair, I thought about chest hair, I thought about leg hair, I thought about arm hair, and I was super concerned about getting arm hair right here, because that like bothered me, even though I had like a few, and I have more here on the in part of my arm, and it doesn't bother me as much, but my butt hair bothers me, and I really don't have that much butt hair. So now you know something really personal about my life. Let's see. I thought that my voice wasn't going to deepen as much as it has, and even though I don't really think that it's all that deep, but it is a lot deeper looking back at my older videos, and listening to my voicemail that is still from when I was like 19, 21, I think I was 21 when I got that voicemail, and so it actually has dropped a lot, and I didn't think it was going to go as low as it has, and I don't think it's as low as it could be. But that's kind of unexpected that it did drop as low as it has, and I'm super excited about that. And then some other things, like, I think when taking hormones to any level, like estrogen for trans women or testosterone for trans men, like something happens within our mind, like within our brain, like things change in our brain. I really honestly think that. And that as I have gotten more comfortable with myself and just being on T in general before it was even passing 100% of the time, I would more likely say something to someone that was being very inappropriate. So if somebody, even if it was a stranger, I still say something if they're being like inappropriate. And before, I never ever ever would have done that. Never. I would have just stewed about it in public and then gone and complained about it or vented about it to somebody else later. And now I'm so much more likely to say something to somebody when they're being very inappropriate, like transphobic or homophobic or sexist or something like that, just because it really is annoying and it's irritating, and people should be mindful that they're just inappropriate sometimes, and those comments are very, very inappropriate to be saying, especially in the area that I live in. And so I am more likely to say something, and so I've gotten into a lot of arguments in public, and there's been a couple of times where I could have probably gotten into a physical altercation, but I really try to avoid that because that just doesn't do any good for anyone, and the education piece just goes out the door, and I think that education is a huge part of what should be happening right now. And let's see, what else didn't I expect to happen on T? I guess emotionally, I'm a lot less emotional. I can take like a lot more like emotional pain on than I had before. Like, I'm not an emotional person. I haven't ever really been an overly emotional person. I haven't ever been really sensitive, but I'm usually the rock for a lot of people. And so, but now when people are coming at me, I feel like I can take a lot more of them on, like a lot more people needing like that emotional support in my life, and I am glad to provide that to them. Whereas before, I could only deal with emotionally supporting like people I was really close to, and that's kind of has broadened and expanded. But then when I reach my point, then I start getting very upset, and not like crying upset. Sometimes that happens, but usually I just get really irritated and annoyed a whole lot, and I get really pissed off. And so that's something that's new that I'm trying to learn how to deal with, is that when people always need, like one of my friends, actually a couple of my friends, they get really anxious and they get all like, sometimes their life spins out of control because like they feel like they're so far behind in like all of these spaces. And I just have to take a break from them, or I have to vent hardcore about them to people, because I just get so upset and I get so irritated, and I'm like, it's not a big deal, and I have to talk myself out of being upset. And so that's learning how to navigate that. That's been interesting. But I think that that's about it. I think through talking to a lot of people through their journeys and their transitions, and doing a lot of reading on through medical journals on what was going to happen to me, I feel like I was prepared for anything. But those are some things that I didn't really think about happening, and that I'm currently learning to deal with. So if you guys have any questions or comments down below, please leave them down below if you have anything else that you want me to expand on. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.